Okay, it looks as though we are live on YouTube and Twitter. You guys, welcome to the 6th CIIE China International Import Expo. We're just making sure with my team here that we're going live on WeChat. Is it all good, Holland?
Yeah.
First, I want to introduce you to my team. This is Holland, this is Youyang, this is Sophie. You guys say hi. They're going to sit here and monitor the whole broadcast. We also have someone working, Steve in New Zealand, who's controlling the comments. So I really want you guys to leave comments as we go along on YouTube and Twitter for reports on China. And if you're watching on WeChat on my channel, which is called Boran Andy, unfortunately, we won't be monitoring the comments, but please do leave comments. And now let's go, Oh, I'll show you guys around really quickly. This is the Shanghai Daily room in the CIIE, the 6th International Import Expo, which started about 2 days ago. As you can see, here's my Reports on China logo, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, let's go, Jack, I reckon. We're going to walk over to, which way you reckon? That way, that way? Okay, this way. At the moment, we're in the media center, which is, in a moment, I'll give you guys a look at some of the different media that we have here. You can see here, Youth Daily, Shanghai. Awesome. Hello, Zoe. Okay, and as we walk along, I'm going to quickly check if we've got any comments. And before the broadcast even started, we did have some comments from Hang Tua. Let me check it out. He or she, 3,400 exhibitors, and I'm sure you cannot expect to cover all of them. That is true. There are a lot of exhibitors here at Jinbohui, which is the Chinese for Import Expo, the 6th China International Import Expo, which has already started here in Shanghai. So thanks for that comment. Keep them coming in, you guys. We have another comment here from More Dechai Vanunu, who said, hello again. Hello, everyone. Hello, More Dechai. Thank you for watching. As I said, we're going to keep monitoring all these comments as we go along, so do keep them coming in. If you're following on YouTube, don't forget to hit like. And also, I was wondering if you guys saw my Indonesia video, which went live on YouTube and Twitter yesterday. If you did, leave a comment, tell me what you think. I was quite proud of it. It was after our Laos video, which was all about China Railway. Take a look around here, Jack. You can grab free of charge. And if we come this way, you can also see some more little snacks here. Check it out. Look at this, Jack. It's some little flowers and cookies and stuff like that. And this is all for journalists who are here in the media center, which is that you need to find out. If you want to interview somebody, if you want to find out how to go about doing whatever, you can ask them. This is McCafe. They have coffee here, but it's only Americano. Then you need to add some milk and sugar yourself, which is a bit annoying, but it's for free. So, I mean, good for them. I want to show XX, you will see that this is my favorite part every year of Jinbohui, which is these books behind you. All of these books are published in China. Democracy doesn't just mean one person, one vote. So this is a really good book. I've grabbed a copy. I also grabbed a copy of this book here, which I think would be very good for beginners, An Introduction to the Communist Party of China. And all of these books are published here in China, so it is China's word. You're not going to get any Western spin, so it's very interesting. And as we move along, there's just all these different types of books. These ones are all quite political, which I find very interesting, especially in my work. For example, this one, How the CPC Exercises the Rule by Law. Now, if you were ever wondering, because online, for example, on Twitter, a lot of people call it CCP, which is wrong. in China, we call it CPC, the Communist Party of China. So if you see anyone using CCP, it's wrong. Tell them. And then down here, we have some kind of big books on Shanghai. I actually worked on this book. So if you grab this one and then look in the credits in the back, you'll see my name, which is pretty awesome. And this one as well. No, that's the Chinese version. Anyway, this book as well, I work on every year. So it's just got all the latest texts about Shanghai, which is awesome. But anyway, should we go downstairs? Let's head to check out the Import Expo. 杰克，你要走楼梯吗？电梯可以。We're going to go in the elevator. I'll just check if there's any more comments here, you guys. 杰克，你开了 WiFi 吗？ I hate elevators. 不要拍我。So we're just heading to the third floor now. Stephen, can you, is it still bumpy for you? Okay, we're getting off at the third floor. This is where we're going to enter that way? This is where we're going to enter the main area. So I think the reception is a bit better now. Sorry, you guys. Just before I was on the Wi-Fi here, which is pretty crap. So I'm seeing now that we're live on the Weixin shipping the group in WeChat. So that is awesome. So now let's head along. I thank you guys for watching. Keep watching. Hopefully it won't be bumped out anymore. But I'll just check with Stephen, who is helping me. Who is helping me view the... Sorry, you guys. Let me just get this. Okay, good. Okay, somebody, I'll read some comments now. We have a comment from Kevin James. Kevin, thank you for coming. It's good to see you. He said, awesome, delicious, nutritious food. I guess you're saying that's what you want to check out. We are going to take you in to see some New Zealand ice cream, which is going to be exciting. I love New Zealand ice cream, you guys. In China, it's not easy to buy New Zealand style ice cream because New Zealand style ice cream is very creamy and yummy. But I find a lot of the other ice cream you can buy overseas, it's not as good as New Zealand ice cream. So we're going to check out a New Zealand brand, which is selling into China, and try some hokey pokey ice cream. If you're not from New Zealand, maybe you don't know what hokey pokey ice. So we'll check that out. It's not nutritious. Sorry, Kevin, but we'll check out some other stuff too. And L96 said, are there cars? Yes, we're going to check out some cars as well, because I'll tell you now, there's a really awesome concept car by Honda, which I want to show you guys, which is just awesome looking. So we'll check that out. Anyway, you guys, this is the outside area. Jack, show them around. Let's check out the CIIE Panda. Very cute. Maybe he can't see while he's walking. But I want to tell you guys about another thing here at CIIE. Every year you can collect these badges. So you can see on my lanyard here, I have a lot of different badges. And I did one for our show. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that, Jack? It's like me, and it's got the CIIE logo around it, and it says media. So this is an enamel pin, which we give away, and then people can scan my Billy channel, which is pretty awesome. So we'll give those away to a few people. I brought a handful with me in my pocket. So first, I'll get the boring stuff out of the way, you guys. Well, it's not boring, but maybe it's not what you came here to see. I'm not sure. But this is some quick facts about CIIE this year. This is the 6th year. This year's CIIE is expected to attract guests from 154 countries, regions, and international organizations. That's a lot, you guys, and more than 3,400 registered exhibitors plus nearly 410,000 registered professional visitors. So those professional visitors are people that come here to see all the goods and services on display at the CIIE with the thought in mind of purchasing them or coming to some kind of a deal. So basically, you could call those 410,000 visitors, professional visitors, you could call them customers or potential customers. And if you're new to the idea of the Import Expo, the CIIE, the China International Import Expo, is actually the first state-run import expo in the whole world. It's probably the biggest as well. So you might have heard of a lot of other expos like export expos and things like that, like the Canton Fair, which is showing off a lot of things made in Canton and Guangzhou that foreigners come to China to see. So if you're in Guangzhou and you have a watch factory, you can bring your watches to the Canton Fair, and then all the customers that come are foreigners that want to buy the watch, rebrand it, and sell it in their home country. Do you know what I mean? But the CIIE is actually an import expo. So what happens is the event is held here in China, and then everyone from overseas comes here to show off their goods and services to Chinese buyers. So it's kind of a different concept, if you know what I mean. There's also, at the same time, nearly 300 of the world's Fortune 500 companies. So Fortune 500 companies are quite important. There's nearly 300 of them here this year. And I have to say, this is the first CIIE since the COVID lockdowns ended. Well, not lockdowns, sorry, the COVID restrictions ended. As you all know, China's borders were closed for about 3 years, which was not great for things like CIIE and person-to-person exchanges. Well, this year, I can tell you there's a lot of foreigners back here, which is good to see. And also, it's super busy here, which I think last year and the year before during COVID, it just didn't feel as busy. But it's definitely a lot better now. So there's a comment here from Hang Tua. He says, excuse me, it is pins, not badges. You're right, they are pins. And Multipolar World News said, hope to see some unique products. We will definitely try to bring you some unique products. That is the goal here. But also, this is kind of a relaxed broadcast. We just want to have a chat, walk around. This is where you'll see a lot of 论坛, 怎么说, forums going on in here. So people come here to take part in the forum as well. And what I'll do is I'll tell you about the forum. Over 8,000 guests have registered for the forum, more than 300 prominent figures, including foreign leaders, heads of international organizations, Nobel Prize and Turing Award winners, and executives of Fortune 500 companies will gather together for in-depth discussions on the forum's theme this year, which is joining hands in development, opening up for the future. So the forum is also very important, and it takes place right in there. So very important. Just to have a quick look at, we have a message from 我在中山市. We have a comment from the WeChat. Anyway, Holland, keep those messages coming. But yeah, if you guys have any more comments, do leave them on YouTube and also on Twitter, and we'll try and bring them up on the screen here. But Jack, if you take a look around here, 杰克看那边, you can kind of see we're approaching the areas where there are exhibitions. Actually, let's go in here and look down. It's quite a good view. But like I was saying before, it's just a relaxed broadcast. We're just going to walk around, have a chat. I'll check out some of your comments, you guys. And if you watched my one yesterday, last year, you'll remember this viewpoint we're about to see here, which looks down on one of the exhibition halls, which is pretty nice, a nice view. And I want to leave another quick reminder to watch my Indonesia high-speed railway video, which went live on YouTube and Twitter last night. I had some really good feedback so far. Hope you can check it out. Anyway, have a look, you guys. This is hall number 3. And you can really get a feeling for the scale of this place just by looking down. These are, we're going to go down there shortly, because if you can see, there's Dell Technologies, Intel is down there. So yesterday we went looking for computer chips, because as you guys all know, there are some sanctions in place. foreign companies are apparently, thanks to Washington, not allowed to sell the best chips into China. So we went looking to see what the best chips available might be. So we'll also go down and have a look shortly. There's a comment here from David Lazarus. David Lazarus says, I wonder how many products that cannot be made better in China. That's actually a very valid point. I know the European Commerce Commission in Shanghai was complaining before CIIE even began, saying that the CIIE, the China International Import Expo, needs to do more to sell European products here in China. But I think the European Union is a place that would be very firm a believer in letting the market decide, wouldn't you think? So if people aren't buying their products, whose fault is it? I think is fair to say. Suhandi Wijaya asked how many countries participated in CIIE. There's about 156 different countries and regions represented here at this year's CIIE, about 156. So thanks for the question, Suhandi. We also have a comment from Alan who said, hi from Vancouver. Alan, hello from Shanghai. Welcome to the China International Import Expo. This is hall number 3, and as you can see, some of the things on display here include artificial intelligence, which is a hot topic in the news at the moment. Anyway, let's move down. Jack, I want to go to hall number 2.2. You know how to get there? Okay. Jack, my cameraman, he's really good with directions. Every single year that I come here, I never remember how to get around because I rely on Jack so much. It's like using GPS, you know? If you use GPS to drive to work every day, you'll never learn the route. So it's the same, I just rely on Jack. 所以杰克，谢谢. Oh, 2.2, we're right here. Now, I'm going to show you guys something very delicious in hall 2.2. And Kevin James, I know you're probably watching from New Zealand at the moment. So I'm going to introduce you to a new ice cream product that you may not have heard of. Jack, check this area out. This is one of the main through areas. A lot of people like to take pictures here. This is a huge location. So you guys just saw hall number 3. We looked at it from above. There's different halls all over this place. So it's that times, if you know what I mean. So you can see up here we have some foreign guests, which wasn't a very common sight at the last 2 CIIE. So it's good to see foreign guests are coming back. I think they're probably here exhibiting. So that is awesome. He's Swiss. So that's cool. Ah, here we go, the Swiss centers. He probably is exhibiting here at the Swiss centers. So now we are in hall number 2.2, which is, not sure, food and beverage maybe? And if you guys can see, now we're at the same level as everybody here. So it's very busy, very busy. Oh, we just had a message on the WeChat group from Kang Hai Long. He said, hello, I'm at the fair now. Come and visit the Venezuela booth. Thank you for watching. We'll try and get there. Another message from, oh no, that's it. The other message was a reply. Now, have a look down here. If you can see, this is all food kind of thing. Swiss centers, wine. And I've got to try to remember how to get to the New Zealand ice cream store we're trying to find. Kevin James Ng said he thinks this year's CIIE is the biggest in a decade. Well, it's hard to say because CIIE hasn't been running for a decade yet. This is the 6th, so it's 6 years. So it could be the biggest in 6 years. But I'm not sure. Maybe you know better than me. Now, I won't keep talking all the time, you guys. I'll just let you have a look. Okay, we have a comment here from Nopworks, who said, wow, looks like even Unity Game Engine seems to have a booth there. Didn't expect a booth for video game development tool. Yeah, so I guess you could find everything in that hall, except the latest computer chips, which is the crux of the issue. We have another comment here from David Lazarus. David Lazarus said, interesting that Dell and Intel are exhibiting, but why would Chinese consumers buy downgraded computers from the West? Well, it's a good question. I think the reason is that there's just no other option. So they have to only buy the lesser computer chips, which is a shame. But to be quite honest, I'm not that up to the play with all that stuff. Exakura said, I'm hungry. Now, my cameraman Jack said maybe we need to walk down here. So maybe the New Zealand hall is down here. Oh, okay. Oh, it could be. But I think it's not. We'll keep going here. There's a big French food stall here, and they have fruit, maybe wine as well. We have a comment from Mark He, who says, who still buys Dell? That's a good point. Who still buys Dell? Jack, do you buy Dell? Jack doesn't want to speak. Jack doesn't buy Dell. I'm not sure, but yesterday we had a chat with Intel, and they told me they are still very good friends with China, a very good business relationship, and they've actually been in China for 38 years. So Intel has been doing business in China for 38 years, and they have taken part at every single CIIE. So this is the 6th one. They've been here every time. So I guess there's still a market. It's just at the moment with US sanctions that just annoy the world and stop fair development and fair competition. We're in a strange time, you guys. Check this out, Jack. These guys must be making some huge batches of bread. Yes. Let's have a look what they're doing. Oh, it looks like they're just cleaning up now. So that's a bit boring, but we can check out the bread over here. Now we have a message from Ronaldo Lazaru. Ronaldo Lazaru asked, will the incoming New Zealand government be closer in relations with China? Will the incoming New Zealand government be closer in relations with China? This is interesting. We just had an election in New Zealand, and it looks to be that the National Party will be forming the next government. Now, we had Labour for the past few terms with Jacinda Ardern, and then just recently, or early this year, she resigned. And we had, what's his name? Dumpty? I can't remember his name. He visited Shanghai earlier this year, and I went and attended some of the events he was at. But I think National will be, on the face of it, hopefully, better in relations with China. You guys might remember I interviewed former New Zealand Prime Minister Sir John Key at the end of last year, and he was fairly certain that National will be better for relations with China, because National is more focused on business and the economy, and they try to steer away from too political factors. So John Key told me when we had a chat that he thinks National will be good. So I'm hoping. We have, I forgot who the name of the new guy is from New Zealand, but yeah, they're going to form the next government. So fingers crossed. Thanks for the question there, Ronaldo. Now we're still looking for the New Zealand ice cream. And this is the problem with the Import Expo, you guys. It's so huge that it can be very hard to... Oh, I can see Taste New Zealand. I think we've found it. It can be very hard to find what you're looking for. So that can be tough. So here we are at Taste New Zealand. If you have a look at the sign here, 品味新西兰. 品味新西兰 Taste New Zealand, where we have a lot of New Zealand companies all put together. There's Convita, Manuka honey. Manuka honey is very famous from New Zealand. It's famous in China. And the new leader of the National Party is Christopher Luxon. I just remembered he is going to be the new Prime Minister of New Zealand. So I'm looking forward to seeing if there could be a bit of a difference. I think the Labour a bit, I was going to use the word political, it's politics, but they're a bit too political in terms of the relationship, telling China what to do, what China should do and shouldn't do, which is not the way to do it. You need to respect other countries' ways of doing things. And that's what China is all about. China is all about respecting other countries. How they want to run their country is how they run their country, and that's what they expect back. So that is pretty good. If only we can see more of that from the West. Now, the Western governments tend to be quite, they think they're the best and they think they're the correct form of government, so they tend to be quite nosy in terms of how other people run their countries. I think we need to head around here. We need to head to the ice cream stand, which is just over, no, it's not. Oh, yes, it is. I found it. Here we go. Oh, our friend's not here. I'll go and ask. 哎，老板在吗？老板在。
老板出去了。
哦，出去了。哦，那我们现在直播，我可以问你几个问题吗？
稍微。
Okay, this is more. What is it called? Much more ice cream from New Zealand. I don't know if you've seen it before, but it's not new, but it's just becoming popular at the moment. If you have a look here, there are all the different flavors. Now, we were meant to be chatting with the boss, but he's not here, so it's okay. Hello, 你好，你会英文吗？
不太会，不太。
哦，没事。
建议是中文好。
那这种冰淇淋比其他的新西兰牌子有什么区别呢？
首先的话，我们的这个工艺可能跟其他的新西兰的冰淇淋不太一样。我们的工艺呢，是我们的冰淇淋从生产到制作到成品的整个过程中，我们不额外添加水。不添加水的话，会口感是更加的细腻柔滑一些。
不添加水什么意思？
不额外再添加促进它成型，因为我们是以固体。
你是说都是自然的？
对对，都是纯正的一个牛奶和奶油制作的。
然后这些味道，你觉得最新西兰的是什么？
最新西兰的嘛，那就是我们的一个香草口味，它也拿下了2020年的新西兰的冰淇淋大赛的金奖。
那 Hokey Pokey 有吗
？Hokey Pokey 有的，但是目前的话，我们的柜台的话已经是卖空了。
我可以试试一个吗？
可以。
你最新西兰的味道，就是这个。
对，这个香草最新西兰的味道，可以品尝到是正宗奶油奶香。
He said this is the most New Zealand flavor. It's vanilla. Check it out. 然后这个会比其他的新西兰冰淇淋更 creamy 是吧？
对，它的奶香味也会更加的浓郁，你品尝到口腔里，它不需要过多的去咀嚼，其实它可以慢慢的融化在你的口腔里。
Oh, it can slowly melt in your mouth. That sounds good. It's just a lot creamier than normal ice cream from New Zealand. 但是这个比其他的新西兰冰淇淋贵吗？
价格上来说，我们比其他的新西兰冰淇淋的话，并不会贵啊，因为我们进口的话。整个的在国内对比一些其他的进口品牌，我们的价格比较算亲民的。
Okay, so in China, this won't be any more expensive than other imported ice cream. 但是在新西兰呢？
在新西兰当地也是非常便宜，也是非常大众化的一个冰淇淋。
Okay, so it's even well priced in New Zealand, which is pretty awesome. Okay, 非常感谢。
好，谢谢。
Check it out. Check out all the different flavors because this is very New Zealand. So, sorry, I should translate what he just said there. 谢谢啊 Bye bye. He said the process how they make this ice cream is different from other New Zealand ice creams because they don't add other additives and other water and stuff. So they don't add things during the process. So it's a lot more natural than other New Zealand ice creams. And he also said the milky flavor is much stronger, more creamier than other New Zealand ice creams. So I agree. But one thing I don't agree with is he said, this is the most New Zealand flavor, vanilla. As a New Zealander, this is not the most New Zealand flavor. He should have given me Hokey Pokey, but they have it. So this ice cream is available in China online, but I saw yesterday it's a little bit expensive. It's okay. It's about 200 kuai for a 2 litre, so that's like $40. But it is imported, so you may be paying a premium price. But apparently in New Zealand, it's not that expensive. So it's called, it's not sponsored, by the way. They're not giving us any money, but it's called Much More Premium Ice Cream. And the owner we were meant to chat with today, his surname is Moore, so that's where it comes from. So let's keep eating, and we'll walk to 那个飞机2.1怎么走? We're going to go to okay. Oh, let me check if there's any comments, you guys, while Jack shows you around. We have some comments here. Multipolar World News asked, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? For me, I really like mint and chocolate chip ice cream, and they have it there. But if I was going to buy a very New Zealand ice cream, I would buy Hokey Pokey. If you've never had Hokey Pokey ice cream before, maybe you can't imagine what it is, and I can't really explain it. It's kind of a vanilla ice cream, and then inside it has these little crunchy balls of brown sugar, I guess it is. So yeah. Nop Work said some nice ice cream to freshen Andy's day. Yes, for sure. But as I say, he gave me vanilla flavor, which maybe I can't criticize them for that because this is China, so they're looking to sell to Chinese people. So maybe the most popular flavor or the one they're going to try to promote here is vanilla. So all good. Kevin James Ng, who says, yes, that is a very traditional New Zealand vanilla flavor. But for me, well, as I remember when I was a little kid, we didn't really eat vanilla ice cream. Must See Now said they should hire Andy to be the New Zealand ambassador to China. I'm not in the swamp, so I would never be involved in any of that process, unfortunately or fortunately. Another comment here from Romeo. Romeo says, I was in New Zealand when Muldoon became PM. He was a bit of a disaster for New Zealand. Yeah, I had a chat with, what's her name? From National, who crossed the floor when Muldoon was drunk. She crossed the floor and voted with the other side, and it caused Muldoon to call for a snap election and lose. So a key part of New Zealand history there. One more comment while we're walking, you guys. Sorry if this view is a bit boring, but we're taking the back way. David Lazarus says, do you think that the Australia Prime Minister, hey you guys, do you think that the Australia Prime Minister, Albanese, will be able to improve relations with China, or is he still another US puppet? Now, he's in Beijing today. I think he met with Chinese President Xi Jinping yesterday. It's good that he's here. He's the first Australian Prime Minister to come to China in 7 years, I think. So that's good. I mean, meeting up and talking face to face is important, but I have to say I'm going to agree with the end part of your comment, which is I do think he's still another US puppet. It's intrinsic to Australian politics. Like, they just can't remain as neutral as New Zealand can, which is unfortunate because I think the US is definitely pulling down the world. I'm going to be that brazen. Now I have another message here from Scape Kiwi, who said, I think I saw the Australian flag at the ice cream place. Shouldn't have. I chatted with the owner yesterday. He's a Kiwi, and his company, Much More, is run out of Auckland. So yeah, I'm going to eat some ice cream. Now we're on level 2. We're at 2.1. What's 2.1 again? Oh, Fiji. Pretty good. We got to go down again. Now, this is premium ice cream, but he told me it's no more expensive in New Zealand. So if anyone in New Zealand has ever bought Much More ice cream before, let me know how much it is. Because usually when they say premium, it's more expensive. And now, as you can see, you guys, as we're walking around, this venue is huge. Absolutely huge. We have a message on here from Soul. Soul said, I want to go with you. Strawberry, honeycomb. Oh, strawberry, sorry. Yes. So we'll try that out next time. And there's a message here from Dennis who said honeycomb. And I think this was from WeChat, by the way, you guys. So Stephen, don't go looking for these comments. Honeycomb is what is in Hokey Pokey ice cream, maybe. I'm not sure. But yes. Here we have a message, another message from Kevin James Ng. He said, I mix vanilla ice cream with strawberry jam just to garnish. Actually, that sounds really good. You can definitely put strawberry jam or whatever in your ice cream. Or actually, Jack, I'll just eat this first, then we'll check out the plane. We're going to show you guys something really cool. I'll just finish this. Give you guys a try. He said it slowly melts in your mouth. Kind of true. I'm spitting everywhere. Yum. Okay. I need to find a bin. 1 minute. I'm sneakily trying to find a bin, you guys. 这里有垃圾桶吗？哦，那么远。Gotta go for a run just to find a bin, you guys. Okay. Okay, I'm back. You guys, you may have already seen what Jack is showing you here, which is this plane. Have a look while I talk about it. This plane is called the Matrix 1. And it's actually, even though this is the Import Expo, it's actually a Shanghai plane. It's from China. And it's battery operated. And it's basically a drone. But it takes 5 passengers. This is what it looks like in flight. And it's run on batteries. Now, yesterday they said we can walk in and take a look around, but we'll just look around the outside first because it's quite big. If you can get an impression of the size here compared to my hand. Now, this plane can fly on a battery charge. It can fly 250 kilometers, and it doesn't need an airport because even though it looks like a normal plane that flies forward like this, it actually takes off and lands like a helicopter. So if you look here, see the helicopter, similar vertical blades there on the top, which makes it land and take off like a helicopter. And then once it's at the desired height, it just flies forward to where it's going. Now I see that it runs for 250 kilometers. After that, you need to charge the battery, and it takes about an hour to charge the battery. But he said you can also just swap the battery out at your destination. For example, if you're a businessman who needs to get to, say, Pudong Airport really quickly for a flight, it could take an hour or an hour and a half to walk there. But if you use this plane, you could get there in 15 minutes. And then if enough people are doing it, they'll have batteries already there waiting to just swap it out and change the battery and then go back. Let's take a look around. We'll walk around the front way, eh? Check out the plane. Let's not look at me, that's boring. And see, up the front here we have 4 propellers. That's going to take control of the forward speed. And if you can see closely at the cabin here, it takes 5 passengers. It can take 5 passengers. But interestingly, those 5 passengers don't need pilot's licenses because this is basically a drone. So it's controlled from somewhere else, which means someone will set in the details of where it's flying to, and it will just take off and go. You could have 5 people in there that know nothing about flying, and it will take you there. And if you've ever used a drone for filming, like a camera drone, you'll know that if it starts to run out of battery, it will automatically return and find a safe way back. It knows to override whoever's inside. This is the same. Check out these propellers. This is the same. It will, if it runs into a problem, it will find a place to safely return by itself. Now, this plane has already flown, but it hasn't yet achieved its safety certificate because it needs to do a lot of long hours of testing first before it receives the safety certificate. So they're still waiting for that process. And as you can see, I'm going to try what she did. Oh yeah, it's definitely a plane. And then there's these. 哎，你好，你好。
你是来做直播是吗？
我们现在在直播。
哦，现在在直播，
对对对
我让我们那个野平来，我们张总来帮您介绍一下。
也可以，他会英文吗？
中文。
哦，可以。Okay, we're going to get someone to just answer a quick question. 哎，你好，Andy。我就要问一个简单的问题，就是如果因为那5个人在里面，他们不是专家，所以如果遇到问题的话怎么办？这会自动的回去吗？
是的，会的。这个首先这款飞机的这个不管是传感器还是动力，它都有充分的冗余。如果比方说我有3套传感器，有1套传感器因为故障坏了，飞机飞控系统会自动判定这个事情。它如果认为自己能够正常执行这个任务的话就能拿到正常的数据的话，它会继续执行。如果不行的话，它会尽快的去降落。
然后你觉得我们会什么时候每天看到这个在天上？现在已经开始了吗？
它应该在这个怎么说？你描绘的这种场景，应该在不远的未来能看到可能我估计是3年左右的时间。3年左右的时间。为什么呢？因为现在不光是在中国就在像美国、像欧洲也有很多的公司在做这个。像传统的这些航空企业，波音、空客，它都在这个方向在做一些努力那么好，如果产品都出来的话，随着我们适航的这个取证推进，我相信这一天一定不会遥远的
差不多3年。
那
你说已经有很多国外的牌子都做类似于的，那你们比他们的好吗？哪里好？
是这样这个我们不说好还是不好因为飞机包括汽车也是这个样子。你看小鹏的汽车和比亚迪的汽车侧重点就不一样对吧？它满足的是不同消费者的不同需求比方说
有道理，
没错吧？这个飞机的不同布局也适应的是不同的这个，可能有的希望飞得快一点，有的希望飞得慢一点，有的希望飞的时间长一点，有的希望飞的路程远一点所以我觉得可能这就关系到每个厂家对自己产品的这个定位了，需求的定位不同的理解了，
都不一样
面向的是不同的市场只要他们能满足自己预定的需求，我相信一定是个好产品
那上海或者中国人想要什么样的飞机呢？他们的要求是什么？
我认为首先是足够安全的，对，足够安全的，
安全第一，
对，然后其次可能绿色乘坐舒适这样。
非常感谢，谢谢我很期待看到它。Okay, awesome. 可以。Okay, really cool. So basically, he reckons this is going to be available in like 3 years. At the moment, it's not regularly flying in the skies of China, but maybe the process will take about 3 years. He also said there's a lot of different companies around the world doing this kind of similar kind of electric plane. But I asked him, well, why is your one better? He said it's not really a matter of what's better or worse. It's just different requirements for different markets. So, for example, some of the different companies will be faster, some of them will fly further. But it depends on where you are and what what the requirements are in your place. So I asked him, because this is a Shanghainese company, what do Shanghainese people or Chinese people want? He said safety. But I think that's the most important thing for everyone. So yeah, anyway, you can see some video behind you of the plane flying, which is pretty awesome. And then at the end, he said, I can come and try it out. So yeah, I'm very welcome. Oh, but not welcome. I'm very happy to do that. Let's watch this video for a little bit. See how it takes off like a normal helicopter. Also, he said, not this, let's go. Also, he said that if the plane runs into problems, it can take over itself and return to a safe location. So yeah, that is it, you guys. That is an awesome plane from China, from Shanghai actually, which is pretty cool. I'm going to check if there's any comments. Jack, you keep showing the plane, and I'll see if there's any comments about the plane because I haven't been looking. Anjunadeep asked, "What's your WeChat group chat ID? I want to join." It's called An Boran Andy. An Boran Andy. 平安的安，柏林的柏，自然的然 Andy. Exocree asked, "Where are the robots that were rolling around last year?" I haven't seen any this year, but maybe it's because there's way more people. Kevin James Ing said, "It's very sleek. The plane is very sleek." I agree. One-Eyed Monkey said, "It's like the air taxi in The Expanse, but real." I haven't seen that, but it sounds cool. David Lazarus said, "That Chinese plane would be great for luxury hotel resorts, especially somewhere like the Maldives or Fiji." I agree. That would be a perfect setting for it. I think over a big city, for me, it just doesn't feel right. I just feel like it should be, like you said, like an island or some kind of setting where it's hard to get to places and there's not too much traffic around. So yeah, thanks for the comments, you guys. Now I'm going to take you along to see some cars. I really want to show you guys Honda. Honda was my first ever car when I was 17 or 18. I bought a Honda Civic 1989, secondhand. So I've got a little thing for Honda. And I want to show you the Honda stand. There's a really cool car over here. That's an awesome design. I'll see if you guys can keep up with me. I'm going to push through these people. As you can see, you guys, it's really busy here. We are at Honda now. Honda, of course, is from Japan. So everyone is exhibiting here. And if you take a look, there's a motorbike here, which looks pretty cool. Oh, there's even this sort of seat back on the back of it. This motorbike looks pretty cool too. CB750, nice. I think he's going to take one home. But this is the car I want to show you guys. Now, I just love the lines on it. It's like very square and very 90s. But I've got some bad news. This is just a concept car, so it's not actually a real car. But as you can see, very unique design. I think these points on the front here probably wouldn't get past the safety advisors because it looks really dangerous. You bump into someone on the street, it's very sharp, but it looks awesome. Look at the wheels as well. The wheels are just pretty cool. But look at the shape here from this angle. It's just so square and cool. I really like it. Aqua asked, how much will it cost? But actually, this car is not for sale because it's not a real car. It's just basically, I had a chat with the PR guy yesterday here in Honda, and he told me this is more like kind of a look into the direction maybe of Honda in the future where the design might take them, but it's not a real car. Yesterday I said, can we have a look inside? But we can't because there's nothing in there. But I'm going to walk around because it's just so cool. Check out the lines. I was wondering, do you guys think it reminds you of the Tesla truck a little bit? And look at the back here. The Honda sign. It's just so cool. Nopwork said, it looks very good, very futuristic. And then Lee Child asked, it's not a real car? Yeah, unfortunately, it's not a real car. It's a concept car, which it's not even though it's a concept car, it's not even really being considered as a car, if you know what I mean. He told me this probably won't come into production, but it's just a time for, especially in exhibitions like this, for them to show off kind of where maybe they'll head in the future, what their designers are kind of feeling like. But if you look at this car, I think even though it looks very realistic, it's also very retro. It's kind of like futuristic 90s. And then I asked him yesterday, has he ever worked with any movies? You know, like there's that movie with Will Smith where he's the last man. No. I, Robot, not that one. the movie with Will Smith, I, Robot, there's those kind of futuristic cars, but they don't look very good. I think this looks way better. And then behind you here, 在你后面, he wanted me to show you guys this, because this is what they're trying to promote. But for me, it's just boring, so I'll show you guys, just to be nice. Engines for boats. Res Nika said, a concept car equals a plastic model. Yeah, let me touch it. I think it could be, I think maybe it's not even plastic. No, it feels like a real car. It's not plastic. It just means that there's no engine in there. It doesn't really drive. There's no motor, there's no seats. And it's not being planned as a car to enter production. Jean-Michel Dupont said, ugly like most new cars. Ugly like most new cars. I think it's cool. Okay, Jack, let's move on, shall we? Let me just see if we have any messages in the WeChat group. Bing R. Lucy said, bang bang. Then someone else said, wow. Then someone else said, 比亚迪. 但是比亚迪不在这儿啊，因为这是金博会，所以现在比亚迪正在那个东京的那个 Tokyo Car Show， 所以如果你们现在在我的微信号在看这个直播的话，非常感谢你们留言，我会尽量看你们写的是什么，谢谢。We have a comment from, no, Yao Zheng said, oh my God, are you born in the 70s? No, I'm not born in the 70s. I always thought you were 30 plus. I'm 30 plus, but I wasn't born in the 70s. And Anop Works added, looks very good, very futuristic. Yeah, they always love to show just a concept. Still cool to see what their vision of what they're working on. And that is very true. Concept cars really show a vision or a direction for the future or a dream for the future, but it's not necessarily anything that's actually going to happen, if you know what I mean. Now we're in Toyota, which is another Japanese car brand. This is Toyota. Now, I've also owned Toyota before in my life. Toyota is also very good, and the engines run forever. I had a Toyota Corolla. Now, this car is special for disabled people, 残疾人. If you can see, this chair can swivel out for disabled people, and then they can transfer straight over to the wheelchair. And on the back, they have something that also carries wheelchairs and other things for disabled people. So our video boss thinks this is quite interesting. Yeah, Daisy. Okay, I don't know if you guys want to maybe go somewhere else. Do you want to keep looking at cars? Let me know in the comments. If you want to keep looking at cars, we'll keep looking at cars. OK， 我现在在看微信视频号的一些评论，一个人说性价比很高的，来一下，嘿嘿嘿。They want to see a car that is good quality， 又好又便宜 ，good quality and also cheap。杰克，你觉得呢？ I don't know a lot about cars, you guys. So anyway, let's have a look. VW could be a bit expensive， 对吧？我们看看吧，如果找到的话就给你看啊。谢谢你的评论啊。Porsche 这个性价比很高的 Porsche， 开玩笑。不好看。 cars are really ugly. That's my opinion. I really don't like them. I don't get it. And I think they look uncomfortable to sit in. I know people like to show off, but I think it's embarrassing. If I see someone zooming past in a Porsche, I'm like, oh my God, 你真的很尴尬，你真的很 boring. Hello. So maybe we should go to another hall. Maybe. 那你觉得去哪呀？王浩林，你觉得我们下一站去哪儿呀？你可以在微信里面跟我说，谢谢。We have another comment from Kevin James Ing, who says, it's interesting that trucks' cabin designs haven't changed aerodynamically. Yeah, I agree. They all look very square. Hey. They definitely look very square. Oh, I like this. This little hatchback looks pretty cool, don't you reckon? SUV, Volvo, XC40. Check it out. I quite like the color. 你看它。颜色挺好看的，对吧？Holland thinks we should go to 5.2. So we're going to go upstairs to 5.2. Which way? OK， 那微信里面如果还有其他的评论，就跟我说。而且请帮我们点个赞，谢谢。你可以点很多，你可以点好几次。Okay, while we're walking, you guys, because it is a bit of a walk, I will read some more comments. A Core said, how about food? Longing to taste that aroma coffee from Bandung, Indonesia, from your last report on the high-speed railway. Yeah, that coffee was pretty good. If you're in China, you may have a chance to win some because we're giving some away on our broadcast. Oh, we walked the wrong way. Let's go back. Now, if you have just joined the live stream, my name is Andy Borham from Reports on China. I'm here at the 6th China International Import Expo here in Shanghai. I've been to every single one. This is the 6th one. This year, there are about 3,400 different exhibitions. So if you see right here, BMW, right? That's counted as one exhibition, right? This just to show you the scale. That's counted as one exhibition. There are 3,400 exhibitions here at Jinbohui, which is the Chinese word for Import Expo. There are about 156 representatives from 156 countries and regions around the world, which is a lot. There are also nearly 300 of the world's Fortune 500 companies. So 300 of the world's Fortune 500 companies are here, represented at the 6th China International Import Expo in Shanghai. Scape Kiwi has asked, any more New Zealand stuff at the expo show? Yes. Oh, there are. New Zealand milk, honey, everything. We just showed before some New Zealand ice cream. And then that was it. That was that. But for New Zealand, there's not a lot of stuff here. New Zealand doesn't really produce cars, computers, stuff like that. Not to any scale. So really the New Zealand things you're going to find here are, you've got your milk, your honey, your ice cream, and also services and education. New Zealand education is pretty popular worldwide. So a lot of Chinese students will go to New Zealand to study. So that's also represented here at the 6th China International Import Expo in Shanghai. Now we're heading to 5.2 to check out something. Yeah, and that goes to the message that's just come in from Reese Nika, who said, Andy, recommend something from New Zealand instead of only Japanese cars, please. Well, New Zealand doesn't have cars. We don't produce cars. We're a tiny country of 5 million people. So currently we're in the automobile hall. So a lot of them are Japanese, but we're leaving now. So, and James Howlett said, Manuka honey. Yes, Manuka honey is very popular in China. Someone did comment before that there's a bit of a problem with fake Manuka honey in China. I haven't heard of that, but I bought a pot of Manuka honey duty-free in New Zealand on my way back to China last time. It was quite expensive, about $100. And I don't really know the difference, to tell you the truth. So if you enjoy it, that's good. But for me, every honey tastes good, so. Let's check out the fruit and vegetables. How about that, you guys? Now, let me walk away a bit. 你停下来。然后我给你们看 how big this place is. All the people, look around. It's just very busy in here. Today is the third day. Third day? 对，第三天对吧？今天。Today's the third day, and it runs until the 10th, including the 10th. So if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, please leave your comments. We'll try our best to put them through. And if you 如果你在我的安博然 Andy 的这个微信号在看这个直播的话，也可以发评论，然后我们会看看。Oh, here we go. Some Indonesian coffee. Very nice. Kopi luwak. This is the cat poo coffee. You can see it's got the cat that poops the coffee beans out. We saw that in Indonesia, actually. And we tried it as well. It's coffee. And in Indonesian, kopi is the name for coffee, so simple. And here this is the civet cat. The civet cat that eats the coffee beans and poops them out. And I got a funny story. We actually filmed there. We filmed the cat poop coffee process in Indonesia, in Bandung. We checked out the cats and the coffee, tried it as well, but it actually it bit me. It bit me on my arm, so I had to get rabies shots for 5 different rabies shots, so that wasn't fun. We didn't include it in the video, but if you haven't seen the Indonesian video, check it out because coffee in Indonesia is very popular. Okay, let's move this way. Kopitiam International. This is a coffee brand that they're producing here. Check it out. From Sumatra, Toraja, different places, Java, Aroma. But yeah, you can check out my Indonesian video about the new high-speed railway built by China, which I just posted last night on YouTube and Twitter. And if you're in China， 如果你在中国的话，你可以看我的 B 站那个账号，就是 Amber 和 Andy 那边有机会得到，我们会送给人一些印尼咖啡，特别好喝。You just look around you, it's just so busy. And I'm not sure where to go. Yeah, and Junadeep mentioned it's not a cat. It's a musang, whatever that is. But I know it's not a cat, but it's actually in English it's called a civet cat. It's called a civet cat, but it's not a cat. It's actually more related to what's it called? Raccoons and stuff like that. It's not a cat. But because it's called civet cat, we call it cat poop coffee. Suhandi Wijaya said, this is still small compared to the Guangzhou Fair, I think. It could very well be. I've never been, but I really want to go. It should be fun. Turkish. Okay, we have almond. Macau Food and Beverage. Almond is the Macau Special Administrative Region of China. It's in southern China, very close to Hong Kong, actually. Hong Kong, which is also a special administrative region of China. Anyway, 这个去5.2吧，怎么走 Okay, well, we're going to leave this one. I want to thank you guys for following and watching the broadcast here at the 6th China International Import Expo in Shanghai, China. These guys are lining up for free stuff. I'm not sure what, but I can guarantee you it's not worth the line. Oh, this is a candy store. Oh, that's right. There's a guy hanging. You can try it yourself and then grab, and it drops you down and you grab the candy. It's like a claw machine. So the person is the claw. Let's watch when they come back. The person is the claw, and they've got to grab as much candy as they can. This is pretty fun. Let's wait for the next person. You guys know those claw machines, right? The claw machines where you kind of control the claw and you got to grab the prize. Well, in this instance, the claw is the person, and they're going to try to grab as much candy as they can. This person 要抓糖，是糖果是吧？
不是糖。
That's not-
Like chips.
Oh, chips. It's chips. Let's see if she can do it. Let's watch you guys.
加油！
I wonder if there's somebody controlling where she goes. Okay, go, go, go. It's pretty slow. Human claw machine. Grab. Go, go, go. Look, she's trying to grab as much as she can there. 上去，上去。用腿。Okay, up she goes. And wow, she grabbed quite a bit. Oh no, down again. Okay, here she goes. Oh, look at her legs. She grabbed a lot on the back. She used her legs to grab some at the back. 搞得好，挺好的。See if she can hold it, because if she drops, she's going to lose those chippies. Wow. Kevin James Ing said the human claw machine, very awesome fun. Oh, she dropped some. Oh, drop now. Drop, drop, drop. She needs to drop it like the machine. Yeah, 厉害. Now, down below is all the ones she won. 挺好的. Very fun. So they have these kind of interesting exhibits here at Jinbohui to kind of attract people, but even though she grabbed a lot of chippies, it's probably worth like $10. 是吧?
More than $10.
Cost price. Maybe the cost price is like $2. And then the profit they would make is much more. 这里出去吗? Okay, we're heading out, you guys. Zespri. Zespri 对吧? Oh, 不要. And another thing, you guys. These guys just won all these chippies here. From the human claw machine, see? 搞得好. Zespri, New Zealand kiwi fruit is actually very popular in China too, and they are exhibiting here at Jinbohui. But kiwi fruit actually comes from China initially. And the funny thing is, a lot of people in China also believe kiwi fruit's from New Zealand. They don't know it's actually from China, which is interesting, eh? So David Lazarus left a comment which said, these trade exhibitions are always interesting to see new products from around the world. Very true. And Anjunadeep said, go Andy with his giant claws. No, I'm not going to do it. Anyway, I don't like those chippies. And a Brick Life said, looks fun. Brick's Life said, looks fun. Anjunadeep added, yes, it's Chinese gooseberry. Yeah, that's what my mother actually called it when I was a kid. Chinese gooseberry, and that's actually what it's called. So I always knew kiwi fruit was from China. Yeah, and David added that as well. Kiwi fruits were originally called Chinese gooseberries. And Anjunadeep said, yes, authentic Chinese gooseberry, please. Chinese kiwi fruit is actually really good as well. Now, it's called kiwi fruit because if you look at the kiwi, the bird, the national bird in New Zealand, it actually looks very similar. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go buy something, and then we're going to let you guys go. Because if you see on my thing here, 杰克, 有一个5号, 这个是吧? This is 5th International Import Expo badge, and I'm going to go buy a 6. So we'll go buy it together, and then we'll let you guys go. It's very tiring walking around here. You'll get a lot of exercise done, which is good for you, but it's also very tiring. But it was good that I got to show you guys the media center. That's kind of our base when we are here, when we're not off filming. We put our stuff there, go back, eat food there. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, this is basically what it looks like here. And I have to say it is much busier this year as compared to last year and the year before when we were under COVID restrictions. So before, people could come and take part, but they needed to, if they were coming from outside China, they needed to complete a 2-week quarantine. So a lot of people just didn't see the value in it. So for the past 2 years, we've had a lot of, still had a lot of foreign companies here, but they've been represented at the CIIE by Chinese staff, which I think works as well. It's fine. Like, you don't necessarily need to come for it, but I guess a lot of the companies still prefer to come in person and check it out, which is fine. And also, this year there's a lot more, not just visitors, but also, people working with exhibitors. And also we had the Australian Prime Minister here, opening ceremony. We also had the Cuban Prime Minister, the Prime Minister from Kazakhstan, and also one other Prime Minister. Unfortunately, I forget which one, sorry, but of course, Australian Prime Minister Albanese is...哦，是这里买的？不是吧？哦，这是盲盒，我不要盲盒。我想要去最中心的那个。Okay, we're gonna go find some volunteers to see if they can help me find where to buy the pin, and I wanna give them my pins too. So let's see. Again, I'll show you guys. This is my pin, my special pin for the China International Import Expo. Can you see it? It's got my face, and around the outside it says China International Import Expo, and then on my T-shirt it says media. So let's see. 我们去问一下。Hello， 我想问一下，我想要买这个6，你知道在哪里买吗？
这个6，有这个6，在第一个渠道是网上可以买，
网上可以买。
网上
我听说这里有一个地方，
这里也有，原来这里也有，但是现在卖光了。现在也还有是抽奖的，
卖光了，
大部分是卖光了，我不知道补没补货。还有一个是在场馆内有一个展商叫太平洋保险。
OK，
太平洋保险它有一个定制的，也是一个类似于这个6，然后它可以进行抽奖，
所以不一定能买。
不一定，但网上应该是已经可以买。
OK， 谢谢，我要送给你一个这个。
哦，谢谢。
这是我的 pin，
谢谢。
你认识吗？就是我。
Family， 这事情我知道。
谢谢啊，我送给你们，送给你们 pin。你们想要吗？不用，不用谢。
博主吗？
差不多吧，够了是吧？谢谢啊，辛苦了。Okay, so he said they used to sell them in here, but could be sold out. So we'll have a look. And he said you can get one in a lucky dip, but that's not what I want. I want to just buy the bloody thing. You know what I mean? So let's check it out. Because somebody told us we can buy it in here. In fact, Holland, 你看一下 Holland 是这里买的吧？ Okay, we got a comment here from Sam L. Sam L asked, is there an AI tech exhibition at the show? I was hearing about new optical-based AI processors that are 5,000 times faster than alternatives. Curious if those are on display. Yeah, we did. We saw the AI section before. We didn't head in. But it is... Oh, there's a sign here that says 西班牙中华人民共和国和西班牙祖国建交50周年. So it's the 50-year anniversary of relations between Spain and China. There's some performances here. It's a bit loud, but can you see there'll be some... Oh, there is a performance going on right now. Let's go around the front and check it out. Oh, dance. Okay. Skate Kiwi said, do you think the New Zealander would have come if the election wasn't so close? I think probably, to be honest.
不用谢啊。
It just finished the performance, so that was pretty cool, loud and raucous. So Jack, I don't think we're going to find it here. So what I reckon we'll do now is say goodbye to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to keep looking around, but if you have any further questions or comments, do post them below. And I will see you all next time. You guys can watch for a little bit longer. See you later. Bye-bye.